Hello everyone, and welcome to my new Let's Play of An English Haunting. An English Haunting is a somewhat recently released point-and-click adventure game in the style of classical adventure games such as Gabriel Knights, Broken Swords, and others of such caliber. I believe this is a horror and occult-themed adventure game. I'm not sure if there are any Lovecraftian elements to it. I think this is mostly ghost-themed, so somewhat in the style of occultism of early 20th, late 19th century. But we will see how it goes. I believe we are playing as a British professor in London in 19-something something. We'll see. I'm sure the game will explain it to us. Let us begin. And let me set a time. London, 1907. Thus, with this method, we can determine the time of death within a margin of error of 2 hours. Going to click. You should ask Cooper. Me? Why not you? Okay, it auto-progresses. Hughes, Cooper? It would be interesting if you'd share your doubts with the class. Look what you achieved. Coward. Professor Moore. Is it true that you and Professor Ward are devoted to hunting ghosts? Why, you have been badly informed. We are devoted to studying them, not to hunting them. Oh, what? That's nonsense. Ghosts don't exist. Do you have any conclusive evidence that can substantiate that statement, Mr. Cooper? They're a myth. An invention of mankind to scare those of weak mind. Those of weak mind, eh? Alright. Let's see. How many of you believe in God? You can raise your hands. Everyone. All of you? Well, perhaps you should be studying theology and not forensic medicine. You can lower your hands. I suppose you think the mere belief in him confirms his existence. Is there any supporting evidence? Any photographs? Have any of you seen him taking a stroll in Hyde Park? Has anyone talked to him? The Pope. Okay, let's set that witness aside for the moment. No one in history has been able to prove it. The only proof we have is faith, and that, regrettably, won't do. Look, gentlemen, neither I nor Professor Ward asserts that ghosts exist. We're cautious with regard to that matter, even if we have reliable witnesses, and there are a large number of cases. Are those arguments enough to accept this as a fact? No. We would be falling into the same trap you fell into with respect to God. We investigate these claims with the best tool the science has provided us. That is, the scientific method. A method I advise you to use before compulsively raising your hands to defend your beliefs. I don't think my father would agree with all this blasphemy. Your father agrees with the idea that students from poorer classes should never be allowed into university. as well as agreeing to use child labor in his factories. Okay, maybe I will be clicking to progress it. So, with due respect, Mr. Turner, you can take your father's opinion and... Come in. I'm sorry to interrupt, Patrick. It's quite alright. What do you need? Look, the Dean wants to see you. Can't it wait? That actually is almost over. It's a delicate matter, Patrick. Is it about Rose? No, it has nothing to do with Rose. What a relief. I was starting to worry. Talk to him, would you? I'll take care of the lecture. What were you teaching? The scientific method. Apparently, these gentlemen don't get it. Very well. Honestly, Mr. Moore, as far as atheist argument go, there are way better ones than you. Well, gentlemen, the scientific method. One moment. What? Press F1 for instruction. Will do. Okay, left button to interact. Inventory is at the edge of the screen, I think. Use it with the eye to get descriptions. F5 quick save, F7 quick load. Let's go, F5 quick save. I'm guessing we get one quick save. Well, let's start with one. Okay, there is our inventory. Yep. Let's start going. Charles is replacing me for the time being. I shouldn't make the Dean wait. No, we should definitely make the Dean wait and investigate everything that they see. A selection of the many championship sports trophies the university has won. I can see the polo trophy we won against Harvard in '84. I also remember that cup. We won it for cricket against Middlesex. Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee? Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was admiring the trophies. Did you know the university won the Greco-Roman Wrestling Championship in '89? I did not. We haven't won since. Such a pity. There are more trophies in the hall. Why do I always find you in front of this cabinet? They're pretty, don't you think? Excuse me? The wrestling trophies. Yes, I suppose they are. And such a point of pride for the university, right? Yes, of course. I feel like I only have very few voices I can make, and I already gave the same voice to this guy and the other lecturer. Can I inquire about your obsession with trophies? I want to win one. I mean, I want the university to win one in my discipline, Greco-Roman wrestling. What's preventing you from participating in the championship? I understand you're a good wrestler. Manager Taylor. He doesn't want to be embarrassed, like in '96. What happened in '96? Oxford humiliated us. They defeated all our wrestlers. Manager Taylor doesn't want that to be repeated. And in his view, the most sensible thing to do is not to compete. It makes no sense, right? Especially if they have me. I'm the best wrestler the university has had in years. I might be able to convince the manager. I'd very much appreciate it. Tell him Oxford won't stand a chance against me. I'm big and relentless. I'm strong. You look strong, yes. Of course I do. The strongest in the university. Do you want to see? Yes. There's no need. I trust you. Bring me a metal rod. I'll bend it for you. I don't have one, but don't worry. I'll do what I can to persuade Manager Taylor. Many thanks, Professor. So, the manager won't count on me. This is unfair. I'm big and relentless. And strong. Yep. Okay. Have a nice day, Mr. Lee. You too, Professor. What a guy. What else do we have here? A statue. It was a gift from Raymond Baxter, former pupil and a famous sculptor. It represents a certain Celt deity, celebrating the winter solstice. The board has threatened to retire this pagan figure several times, to the pupils' dismay. Every 21st of December, they fill the statue's bowl with whiskey and parade in front of it, paying their respects. Okay. Actually, let's go to the settings and set the text speech to slow, so that I always just manually click through it. Mr. Cook, what are you doing to the portrait? And whose portrait is it? My colleague, Nelson Ward, former Chief Coroner of Scotland Yard, and one of the most distinguished figures in the faculty. And he is trying to remove the portrait. Well, that's not a good sign. What are you doing with Professor Ward's portrait, Mr. Cook? Haven't you heard? Of course not. You've been shut up all day in that lecture room. Get inside, and they'll bring you up to date. It's a scandal. A scandal! Well, something's not good. Sir Philip Abercrombie, illustrious professor of organic chemistry and candidate for the Nobel Prize in 1903 for his work on brain connections. Let's go with the portraits first. John Thomas Ogilvy, the best surgeon in London Hospital, taught here between 1880 and 1890. When he retired, he donated huge quantities of medical material, which we still use today for internships. This will be a lot of reading. Mr. Price. Mr. Price. Professor Moore. Studying? Yes. Well, no. I'm reading, a treatise on, medieval churches. And, let me see. My dear Gregory, I am telling you the unvarnished truth. I believe I am now familiar with the extreme limits of terror and revulsion that a man can endure without losing his mind. I'm sorry, Don't worry, Mr. Price. Don't be ashamed of reading Mr. James. Not Mr. James, M.R. James. He's a national treasure. Continue with your reading. Thank you, Professor Moore. Well, have fun. Let's go to the Dean's office. Ah, Professor Moore. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Dean Carter. Rector Williams, a pleasure. Good afternoon, Professor Moore. What should be his voice? You can get a chair from the back, and it won't be necessary. The meeting will be brief. Explain the facts, Dean Carter. Look. This week, the university received a generous donation from the Metapsychic Investigations program for the Metapsychic Investigations, run by you and Professor. £5,000. 5. That's amazing. It would be, if not for a terrible event. All that money has disappeared from the Bank of England. What? We've demanded an explanation, and they've confirmed the money was withdrawn yesterday by your colleague. What? We wanted to speak with Professor Ward, but he didn't appear today for his lectures. Well, let's try to remain calm, gentlemen. The professor might simply be... We've been trying to locate him all day. He's vanished. He's run off with the money. It's an unprecedented scandal. Are you sure it was Professor Ward? Someone could have impersonated him. There are witnesses, and the signature with which the money was withdrawn is undoubtedly his. Lest we forget, his whereabouts are unknown. We believe in presumption of innocence and respect, but in this case, I'm sorry, Professor Moore. This is the unvarnished truth. Who donated the money? We only know it was from a group. We only know it was a group of intellectuals from London society. Nothing else. It appears they had no intention of making it public. And, given the circumstances, they prefer to keep it that way. Why would he do that? That is exactly what we are wondering. How could he withdraw the money? He's just a teacher. He shouldn't be authorized. At one time, he combined his teaching job with the position of deputy treasurer. That was years ago. He resigned. Nevertheless, he was still registered at the Bank of London. We suspect he took advantage of that to commit this um, crime. Get to the point, Dean Carter. Hmm. Yes. I'm sorry to tell you that as a result of this matter, the board is considering eliminating your metapsychic investigations department. But it can be. It is. My predecessor authorized this department because of the immaculate career of Professor Wood. Sir Archibald Ellsworth would roll over in his grave if he knew of this infamy. Surely you didn't presume to hope we'd keep this nonsense going after what happened, did you? I understand there is discomfort with Professor Ward, but I'm a part of the department too. It isn't fair that I should be blamed for the acts of which I'm not responsible. We know, Patrick. But, Patrick, you mean Professor Moore. And I would beseech you not to challenge the board. However, as a courtesy to you, we wish your exit from the department to be as... Stop with the rubbish, Dean Carter. You have 72 hours to prove that your ghosts exist. If you don't present us with material proof by that deadline, forget about your department. 72 hours? That's not time enough to prove what... That's not time enough to prove what no one has ever proven throughout the history of mankind. That is your problem. And express your thanks to Dean Carter. He is the one who proposed it. If it were up to me, I would break up that circus right now with my own hands. Damn it. We're the laughingstock of every university in the United Kingdom. Let them laugh what they want, Vice Chancellor Williams. They only display their ignorance. Do you want some advice? Forget about those ghost fantasies and focus on your work as a teacher. You're the best teacher of forensic medicine in all London. Focus on your work, for God's sake. This is a serious institution. Superstition has no place here, and neither do your progressive ideas. Are you aware that we have received complaints from some students' fathers because of your radical ideas? What's wrong with being progressive? Isn't it part of the university motto? Knowledge, improvement, progress? Don't be a wise ass with me, and remember who you're talking to. "72 hours, Professor Moore. Prepare yourself to say goodbye to a fantasy that never had any place in an institution as respectable as this one." 72 hours. 72 hours, Henry. It's humiliating. Why didn't they just close the department immediately? I have more bad news to you. Really? There is more? Your department has been sealed. You won't be able to use any of the resources inside. Damn it, Henry. Couldn't you? I can't. If someone sees you there, they'll know it was me who concealed. That would put me in an awkward situation. The board is treating this matter very seriously. I don't want my position to be jeopardized. I beg you to understand. Yes, I do. I didn't mean to put you in a predicament. I'm sorry. I know the search for the great beyond is your life, but I'm sure adversity will stretch your intellect even further. I don't know how, but try to find me, please. If it's strong enough, I'll show it to the board, and they'll be forced to keep the department. Honestly, they're trying to make the Chancellor unreasonable, but like, if Professor Moore still hasn't proven that they think he is allegedly researching even exists, then yeah, there is a pretty solid case for closing his department. Especially if he's been at it for 2 years and there is still... they have nothing to show at all. The Jewel of Seven Stars by Bram Stoker. The Great God Pan by Arthur Martin. In a Glass Dark by Joseph Sheridan Lefado. Williams would be angry if he saw you devoted time to those readings while working. Ah, these books. I just received an order from that new library near the London Archaeological Society. Do you know it? No. You should see it for yourself. There are some genuine jewels. I'll do that. Let's see if Dean Carter has anything more to say. What kind of proof do you need? A tangible kind. Something so conclusive that it would convince the ignoramuses on the board to reconsider their beliefs. What a genius, huh? Who? Ah, Williams. Yes. You know he's never agreed with the university being involved in supernatural matters, even if their studies true science. What happened with Professor Ward was the perfect excuse to close down the department, don't you think? To him, it was like manna from heaven. It's what he's been waiting for since the beginning. I have no doubt about it. Williams is an old-school teacher, quietly to me. His closed mind belongs to the last century. Forget about him, and focus on searching for the proof of supernatural activity. I will try to keep him at bay as best I can. I still don't believe what Professor Ward did. Indeed, I'm still processing it myself. But the evidence is unequivocal, Patrick. I'm stuck without him. Don't underestimate yourself, Patrick. You're an extraordinary researcher. I know time isn't in our favor, but perhaps pressure will push your brain to unsuspected limits. I bet on you, my friend. Any ideas? I remember you said you were working on an electromagnetic field booster. Well, it's more complicated than that, but we could call it that. It served to stimulate supernatural activity, right? In theory, yes. You got to use it in this rushed investigation. Did you finish it? Does it work? I took it home so I could work on it during sleepless nights. It's only missing a piece, and then I could give it a try. So what are you waiting for? Alright, new location unlocked. I'll see what I can find. Time is of the essence. Good luck, Patrick. Oof, after a break between the last Let's Play and this one, doing the gravelly voice is kind of rough on the throat. Let's examine the globe. I wonder if Professor Ward is still in London. That's the same thing I want to do. Okay, what else do we have? Shelf. How many of these have you written? The ones from the first show. And part of the second one too. Ghosts, Reality or Myth by Dr. Henry Carter. Does Williams know that you wrote this one? Oh, yes. He's been read it. Really? Well, actually only the prologue. Then he gave me a lecture with more words than there are in the book. Okay, so Dean Carter is definitely on the gold side. Well, armed with our quest, let's go on to investigate. I won't be able to prove the great beyond exists in such a short time without the professor's help. I need to find him. Maybe I can discover something that will help me find him at his home on Dorset Street. Another location. Mr. Cook. Mr. Cook. Yes? I really forgot what voice I gave him. Did they order you to remove the portrait of Professor Ward? What do you think? I think yes. Exactly. Who ordered it? Who do you think? As Chancellor Williams? Exactly. Do you need help? I see you're finding it hard to remove a simple portrait. Do you think old Cook isn't smart enough to take down a picture? Oh, of course not. Exactly. Wait a moment. Does that mean I am or I'm not? You're smart enough to take down a portrait. Ah, good. Some genius thought it would be better to attach the painting with glue instead of a pair of hook screws. In his defense, I say that not for anything in the world would I have suspected one of these illustrious professors was a filthy thief. You've already been informed, have you? Sadly. Who would have thought, huh? Though, it's not like it comes as a total surprise, frequenting the places he did. But I will manage to take down this portrait with no tool. One only needs to know how to apply force. Thus said the Pythagoras, give me a place to stand, and I shall move the world. I think that was Aristotle. Oh, that was Archimedes. Okay, fair enough, yeah, Aristotle wasn't much for physics. You don't need to correct me. I'm not one of your pupils. What places did Professor Ward frequent? A pub, for one, in the East End, The Red Lion. Someone of his stature, visiting such establishments. How embarrassing. And in the company of a tart. One moment. What's that? A courtesan, I guess. They seem quite close. She's surely his accomplice. How do you know that? Rumors travel as fast as bad news. I need to find her. You might know where I can find Professor Wu. If you find her, give her to the police. I already told you, she surely has something to do with the money theft. Okay. Another allegation added to our map. Are you entirely certain you don't need any help with the portrait? Do you want me to help you mark in exams? There's no need to. Exactly. Alright then, have fun. Let's continue. Let's go somewhere. Actually, wait, maybe Patrick Moore's house, University, Dorset Street, Red Lion. Let's go back to the university. I want to check if we can go back to the lecture room where we started. Maybe time has passed and there is something there. Yes, indeed, time has passed and the lecture is over. Alright. You need to be careful handling these anatomical skeletons because they're very fragile. Did you just steal a hand of the skeleton? Why would you do that? Patrick, what's your problem? Part of the arm of an anatomical skeleton in a 1-to-1 scale. Cabinet. It's full of flasks and test tubes. What are we stealing now? What is a flask of sulfuric acid doing here? It should be in the lab. Patrick, what the fuck? A flask of sulfuric acid, very corrosive, handled with care. The man is a menace. No wonder they're closing his department. Yogbot, believe it's time to get rid of this old eraser. And you steal it. The felt has collected too much chalk powder. The eraser dirties instead of cleans. Okay. Books. The one at the top is Atlas of Human Anatomy by Dr. Oswald de Vries. I use it to illustrate my lectures. The one on the bottom is The Empty House and Other Ghost Stories by Algernon Black. It serves me to help me evade them. The 4 first drawers are full of anatomy prints. The rest are intended for school materials. Okay, portraits. Our king, Edward VII, crowned 6 years ago. Better late than never, he must have thought. Queen Victoria's reign was so long and her personage is still so present that no one dares to take down her portrait. Frank Lewis. Frank? Bad news, right? Worse. The board is threatening to close down the Psychic Investigations Department if I don't present irrefutable proof within 72 hours. Proof of what? Of the existence of the great beyond. Damn idiots. It's an impossible time frame. How dare they? That despicable Williams will end up getting what he wants. What do you think of what Professor Void did? Are you asking me if I believe he's innocent? Is he? What do you think? I think neither of us is answering a single question. I don't know, Patrick. Nelson Ward is famous for being eccentric and impulsive. But that, of course, doesn't make him a miscreant. I have a single old guy voice, which is my freak paraffin voice, and I feel like a lot of people in this playthrough will have that voice, because a lot of them are probably old men. So, do you think he's innocent? The evidence of the crime is unequivocal. Though, simultaneously, I believe that if he committed such misconduct, he must have had a good reason. Not just a financial. What reason? I cannot begin to fathom. How do you hope this makes some sense? Have you seen any ghosts lately? What really? This would be easy, right? How long has the Psychic Investigations Department been running? 3, 4 years? 4. And in 4 years, you have not proven that the thing you are researching is. Aye, aye, aye. And they want to solve the great mystery of life after death within 72 hours. They neither want to nor intend. If I had been given that time frame, it's because Henry interceded. If only you could succeed. I'd like to see the faces of those decrepit geezers when you show them undeniable. I think I didn't know Professor Wood enough. We had a very close relationship, but it was purely professional. I don't know a single thing about his life, apart from him being the chief coroner of Scotland Yard before becoming a teacher. If I had taken even a mild interest, I might have detected signs of what he would do. Don't punish yourself with that, Patrick. Nelson was very reserved. I doubt anyone in the faculty really got to know him. I don't know how I can face this research against the clock. I don't want to be untactful, but that's an endeavor doomed to fail. I mean, to this day, no one has been able to find any conclusive evidence of the existence of the great beyond. Perhaps in the future we could resolve the matter, but not in such a short time. I need to find the professor. I can't do this alone. We were a team. How about asking for help from the British Society of Paranormal Studies? I doubt they would assist. Neither the professor nor I are welcome. Ah, because of the damned article. What about Richard? He always supported you, and he could be a valuable ally in this quest. Charles? He is not in London at the moment. No? Damn. Any ideas? Now that I think about it, Nelson mentioned having found a place worth investigating. Do you remember where it could be? Hmm. I think it was located in central London. A house, maybe. I don't recall. I was having a busy day when he told me about it, and I didn't pay enough attention. I'm sorry I'm not helping. Don't worry. Thank you for always supporting me. I know of only two people who could prove the existence of the great beyond. One of them is Nelson. You are the other. So you shall always have my support in everything you do. Okay, I should get going. If I can do anything for you. I understand, friend. Appreciate it. Alright, I think this will be the end of today's episode. Tomorrow, we will continue our investigation by going to one of the new locations that we have found. I think we... Okay, and this was the exit. I don't quite want to leave on this screen. I want to save. I think we'll start by going to Patrick's house, and then we can continue with other play. So, thank you for watching everyone, and have a good day. Goodbye.